Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, this is the mentality. Remember, when you are in a debate or a conversation, that implies that at least two people involved. That means both people have to agree on the framework of the conversation. So do not let the other side dictate the framework. Always add to it or subtract from it, however you feel like. Why? Because that's a debate. That's a conversation. That means two. It's not a monologue. So when these guys say, hey, you know what, on this issue is either or, maybe it's a third option or fourth option. And I always remember this kind of thing when you have a conversation with a believer and you have some other people who believe in the Big Bang and other things. And the believer always says, so how did the world start? And you say, well, I don't know, maybe it's the Big Bang. And who created the Big Bang? And the other guy says, well, I don't know, I'm not sure. See, it must have been God. No, it must have been, I don't know right now. We don't know yet. That's not an option. But they frame it into, if you do not know, must be this. No, you set the rules here? No, it must not. It must not. The same here. Look at this option here that these guys are giving us. Ukrainska Pravda, June 30th, 2023. China must pressure Russia into stopping war in Ukraine. EU leaders. Why? Who said China is now responsible for the war in Ukraine somehow and must talk to these guys that you guys say they are the ones that must stop? Well, maybe some people think differently and they say, no, actually, I have a different proposition and I'm going to frame the whole thing differently. How about United States must tell Ukraine to stop. EU leaders stop giving Ukraine weapons and all that, and then talk to Russia. So China is really nothing to do with all this. And all of a sudden, China must. Now, when you say must, when I was in school, must was like a kind of like, you must do this. It's not like you have to. You have to like you should, or you ought to. No, you must. It's almost like an order. It's necessity, and you are responsible for that. No, China is not responsible with anything. I can think of many other countries that are more responsible than China. So all of a sudden, the EU leaders are, if you don't do that, we're going to have a continuous war. So you must do that. And I'm like China and say, what are you talking about? I must. Why not, let's say, Singapore? Must. Why not, I don't know, Romania? Must. Why me? Why everything falls on me? Why not Taiwan? Why not Japan? Why me? That's how they frame it. And I obviously disagree with this framework. And I add my bullshit into it. And I say, no, actually, the United States and the European Union should stop providing weapons and tell Zelensky, okay, your time's up. All right, Russia, Zelensky is going to talk to you. And we're going to schedule one next month, okay? In, I don't know, let's say in Guadalajara, Mexico, all right? How about that option? Do you think what I said is more viable and more responsible than the other one? Do you think that what I said would work just like this versus China and Russia? Do you think so? I cut my thing off if that would not work just like this. My offer. But hey, no, that would make us responsible or somehow in charge or something like that. So let's see what these guys are bubbling here. The leaders, we have leaders, the one that lead by example, of the EU member states, all of them, right, at the European Council meeting on 29 to 30 June, reached an agreement, all of them, concerning the relations with China, in which they first and foremost call upon China to influence Russia in the context of the full-scale war in Ukraine. As a permanent member of the UN Security Council, China, listen to this, and I'm quoting, bears special responsibility for maintaining international order based on the rules, the UN statute, and the international law. What? So China is somehow more equal than everybody, or what? I didn't know that China has a special status. And I'm quoting, hence, the European Council calls on China to press Russia to stop its war of aggression and immediately, completely and unconditionally withdraw its troops from Ukraine. The document reads. Now, you and I, we're not idiots. Do you think that these guys who signed that document, that little piece of toilet paper, do you think that they really believe that there's one chance out of 3 million that Russia will say, okay, yes, Xi Jinping, that's exactly what I was about to say, jawohl, that's exactly what we're going to do. Slipped my mind somehow. Okay, yeah, we're gonna withdraw and we're gonna pay, and I'm gonna, this is Putin, I'm gonna go to the Hague and I will say, take me. Yeah, what kind of bondage you got in there? Do you think that Russia would do that? Do you think that's one possibility out of, as I said, how many? It's just for the weasels. Yes. China should go. Yes, China. They transfer the responsibility, or part of the responsibility on this war, on China somehow. And if China doesn't do it, China's fault. China is responsible for this continuation of this war because somehow China is responsible to stop the Russians. Because only the Russians are the ones here. It's only one side. The other side is just trying to defend freedom, democracy, and love of humankind. And, all right, let's see what else these idiots are saying. The EU leaders confirmed the multidimensionality of the policy concerning China. Okay. Despite the different political and economic systems, the European Union and China have shared interests in pursuing constructive and stable relations, anchored in respect for the rule-based international order. Give me the list of the rules. As Lavrov said many times, I asked my Western colleagues to provide me the list, and I'm still missing it. Where is it? Rule-based international order. You talk about rule-based? Really? Who froze another country's assets without being at war with that country? Is that rule-based to you? Imposing sanctions to another country? Is that rule-based? Breaking contracts? Is that rule-based? Balanced engagement. These are so, I gotta memorize these things. And reciprocity. I got that one, but I gotta use this, put it in my mind, so by repetition, rule-based international order, balanced engagement. Balanced engagement, what that means? What does that mean? Balanced engagement. It's so vague, rule-based. So, alright, it's angering when you read these guys. Bullshit, I can't call you otherwise. So, besides the Europeans, I give you this advice. You should first be independent. First, you. Have a foreign policy, independent foreign policy. Have a countries in the European Union independent. Have an independent military and get the foreign troops out of your territory. Stop wanting people to come and defend you. That's what I mean. And then I might be inclined to listen to you as you have something to say. Until then, you go over there, back over there, suck that big dick, and then you come and talk. All right? Because as of now, you're doing that to the United States of America. So you have really, this is the problem. The Chinese know, the Russians know, the Americans know, the Europeans know that they are just a vassal mouthpiece, but the population doesn't. Most of it, because they're dumb. And they're going to listen to this and say, yes, we told them. Yeah, our leaders. You got people like that think like that and they talk like that. They don't know anything. You can't even start with them ABC 1, 2, 3. Say, okay, Gigi, sit down. Is 1 + 1 = 2? No. Equity. Diversity is our strength. Yes. Democracy, freedom. China bad, Russia bad, everybody bad, we good. All right, Gigi, do you have any weapons? I hope not. All right, now go over there. Oh, there's go. Okay, turn on the TV and watch The View now, or the game. We won. You like those guys say, yeah, honey, we won to. You watch someone else playing basketball, and they say, yes, we won, yeah. Blah, 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 drink a beer or something. Yeah, we won. You won shit. You didn't lose anything. You didn't win anything. What did you win? You lost time. You lost time watching some blah, 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 blah. Okay. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.